Hi, I'm Brita Filter. I'm a New York City drag queen, and earlier this year, I was lucky enough to attend the Women's March in Washington, D.C. I was asked to host the Women's March annual ceremony, to which they decided to make it a drag brunch this year, and to give out awards to incredible trailblazers and feminists, and just amazing female activists from around the world. I was so grateful to be a part of it because one, I'm a man that dresses up like a woman. But like a big reason why I do dress up like a woman is because I'm really good at it. One. Number two is that I just love and respect women so much. I mean, women are the people that have shaped me into the person that I am today. The reason why I am a drag queen is because I respect, love, and appreciate everything that women have done for me. Between my mother, my sisters, and my grandparents, the women that came before me, I have learned so much, and they were the people that shaped me into the human being that I am. Britta. I was really worried when I got to the Women's March. I was like, what are these people gonna think? Are they gonna welcome me? Are they gonna think like, I don't know. I was like, this is a women's event, and I'm being asked as someone who identifies as a gay male to be a part of this. But just how welcoming from the get go. Everyone wanted to take a picture with me. I mean, one of the really cool moments was meeting like little trans girls that were like with their parents, and they were so proud and they were so happy to see me, someone that they look up to fight for their rights. I mean, this is why I do drag. You're not going to not pay attention to a 6'7" man in drag. Like you're going to pay attention to me, and that's why I do drag, and that's why I think it's important for us as drag queens within our community and throughout the world to just stand up for people. And like, you can't ignore me. And I think it's pretty powerful. I'm gonna walk into this giant wig, and I'm gonna stand up for people's rights, and I'm gonna tell you when you're wrong, and that's why I love what I do. For people that think that drag isn't political, drag has always been political. It's been political since day one. I mean, Sylvia Rivera and Marsha P. Johnson literally started the drag. I mean, we're icons that started the gay rights movement, because people were making them feel a certain way. I mean, it's been political from day one. It's even more political now since we have this fucking dickwad in the presidency, and we have to stand up. We have to stand up against this person for him, people that are taking away our rights. I mean, we're spokespeople within our community, not only for our community, but for everyone. Drag is for everyone. I mean, and now that it's so mainstream, what are we gonna do? Just sit back and shut up? No, it's an incredible thing that it is continuingly to be political. There are drag queens that are running for offices because they're just so charged up. I think it's so important, and to remember that it's political and to keep fighting the fight. It really pisses me off when people say that it shouldn't be political. What am I gonna just stand there and look pretty? Bitch, I'm smart. I'm smart, and I'm gonna use this for good, honey. And I'm gonna march with these women. I'm gonna stand in solidarity, and I'm gonna celebrate them. And I'm gonna celebrate me. And it's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. The fuck out of here, drag ain't political. My ass. One of the most powerful moments that got me fired up was when this group of women from Chile traveled all the way to DC to teach us this demonstration called A Rapist in Your Path. I remember seeing a video that they did that went viral a couple weeks before, and they did it in in Chile, and then there was all these women that started doing it all across the world, and they were here. I met them. They were in DC, and the whole march ended with us. I mean, it was all of us walking to the White House to do this demonstration in front of the White House, in front of our president, with all this press and all of this media, of this organized chant that was so powerful. I was so happy to be in solidarity with all these women doing this chant, this march. Now listen, when people get together and they do organized choreography and or chants, people gonna listen. And that's why people love musical theater and shit. That's why they love drag queens that dance with other people. So like all of us coming together to do this was so powerful. It was one of the most powerful moments. Literally everyone, we went over the choreography beforehand. We had a little rehearsal and we were right there in front of the White House. Literally everyone pointing at the same time and having such vigor and conviction with every single word that they said. It was so powerful, and I'm so happy to have been a part of it. And it's just a beautiful moment, and I'm proud. I'm proud of them. I'm proud of all these women. Things have got to change, and it's so important, and I'm glad I'm part of that change. I mean, another powerful moment was meeting this group of indigenous women backstage before the march actually started. They all had this handprint on their mouth it was so beautiful, and it was representing people trying to silence them. I really felt like a kindred spirit with them because it reminded me of my people. Growing up as a Polynesian person, I know that my community isn't always represented in such a way. I mean, I'm very excited that on RuPaul's Drag Race, I'm the first Polynesian queen to ever be there. So I really see myself in these women, and just it really reminded me of my sisters, my ancestors, my aunts. And it was just so nice to meet them, and they were there, and they had so much passion behind them. It was just so cool to see these women that come together, especially from a minority, when men probably constantly, and probably still are, silencing them. And they were like, no, we're gonna go out and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna be here, and we're gonna let our voices be heard. It was such a cool moment. There was this moment at the Women's March, at the very beginning of the march actually, when I saw this, there was these counter protesters, not only talking trash about women and women's reproductive rights, but also coming for my LGBTQ brothers and sisters. Like, there was this gay kid who had this pride flag, and was like banging on something. Maybe it was a drum or something. And I remember he was the only one in front of them and was like yelling at them and saying how he's gonna be who he wants to be. And I felt like it was so important for me, to being in drag, to go support this person that was going up against these 7 counter protesters. And I did, and I was like, I'm gonna go up there, I'm gonna join him, and like, you can say all these hateful things, and they said hateful things to me.
Your 5 o'clock shadow is showing, sir. Dick, your 5 o'clock shadow is showing, sir. You are disgusting. You are on your way to a devil's hell.
But I didn't listen to them because I know who I am as a person, and I wasn't going to let those words affect me. I remember when I was a kid, and people would call me these horrible things, and it really affected me so much. And so doing this, I was like, okay, they're saying these horrible things to me, but I'm not gonna let any of this affect me. I'm not. Like, I'm gonna stand here. I look beautiful. I know who I am now. You can say whatever the hell you wanna say to me, but I'm gonna stand here for all those people and for myself as a child when people would make fun of me, and I'm not going to let it affect me. And it was amazing, because what happened is that there was just a giant crowd of people that formed, and also other LGBTQ people came together and were like with me, and like women started coming up to me and giving me hugs and telling me that they love me and they're proud of who I am, and it was just such a beautiful moment. I mean, it really touched me, and I'm so happy I did it, because we have to stand up to stupid people like that and let them know that you have to trump hate with love. And that's why I didn't say anything nasty to them. Baby, I just sissy by walk, and I showed the amazing queen that I am. And I am a queen. They are trash. How dare you say things about me? Mama, I'm gonna be higher than you, and I'm gonna be the queen perched in my 6-inch stilettos, and I don't give a fuck what you say, bitch. So it's just so amazing. It was an incredible moment, and I will never forget it. For people who think that marches and protests don't matter, come to one. I invite you. Honey, I will stand there right with you. I will march with you. It is so important. You will feel the way that I felt, and it is incredible when people with a passion who want to fight for something that is right, something that's right. It's the most important, and you'll see. Time is now, honey. The Women's March, it's so important for not only women, but for all of us in our community, the LGBTQIA plus community, to come together. And women and the people at the Women's March are the people that really they fight for everyone. They want equality for everyone. Women are the people who know how it feels to be treated by misogynistic men, like our president currently, and for people like people in our LGBTQIA plus community that like feel like we don't belong. I mean, for the longest time, I didn't feel like I belong, and it was just so powerful to be with so many amazing people welcoming me. And like, you could think of Women's March and you could really try and you would think, what is a man in drag doing at a Women's March? But everyone welcomed me with open arms, and I was at the front of the line, standing with them and showing my support with them, and little did I know is that everyone would show their support to me. I love being an activist within my community. I think it's so important. The reason why I do drag is because I feel like it's so important to give people a space, a safe space, to be whoever they want, and to be whoever they want, but also to just take a couple of hours to laugh and to be yourself, and to not think about the shit that our president is doing to our country, and to not think about things. I get to make people laugh, and so I think it's, I don't know where I'm trailing off to, but I think it's, they welcomed me so much, and it was such a beautiful thing. Yeah. Did you know that 1 out of 5 LGBTQIA plus people in our country aren't registered to vote? And people shouldn't have any shame in knowing that they aren't registered, but go and do it. It is so important. It is so important for us, especially in this year, 2020, to get out there and vote and to change. To change the narrative and to change everything that's going on in our country. I mean, we all have the choice to go out and make a difference, and those people need to register to vote. It's so important. We have to resist all of this. We all better resist. Actually, we all Brita resist. You Brita resist, honey.